Biggie was on the phone. Folks were calling, commenting on things.
We were huddling it out here. Biggie's in a slightly, soundproof booth, but I can sometimes hear what he's saying.
Yep. And Biggie said, and we could just barely hear it through the glass. He'd been on the phone for a while, one gentleman. And finally, Biggie said, I'm going to be honest, bruh, we just don't care that much about you.
And I said to Dave and Chris Kelly, let's play a game.
What's the topic?
What was the topic?
Now, I thought the topic was maybe these Olympic
drug use in the athletes?
Doing weed. And
that's a fair top. That's fair guess.
We just touched on it, the movie Heat.
How late are we to the party?
Right. How late are we at covering things? How outdated am I on things like the Tour de France?
Yeah.
It turned out to be none of that. In fact, it's something we haven't touched on today. Now, again, Biggie said, let me be honest, bruh, we don't care about that.
Do not care.
And what was the topic?
Your car.
Okay.
Oh, my God. You had just teased it.
I just said we're talking about my car.
Well, see, I've gotten calls. I got a really passionate email last night. And this guy's just, he needs to do this. He's got to keep it going. Like, I ran out of...
The dying Acura?
Yeah, I ran out of the auto responses, which were great. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And finally I wrote back. I was like, look, dude, now, the rest of us don't care that much. You're really taking it to heart.
That's my vehicle. That's my car.
That's it. Yeah.
That's part of
You
the
should be
family.
emailing him.
I updated you yesterday. What happened, if you missed it now yesterday, the other day I was driving, and my check engine light came on, and I realized my speedometer is not working.
How long do you think it took you to notice that? Not long at all?
Not long, because the check engine light came on because of that. I know that's the reason it came on, and I looked at it, and I was like,
Surprised that light bulb still works.
There's no electrical tape over it.
That and the crossing guard who was waving her arms erratically. Slow down, children! I think my off.
Well, I saw it and I called Daryl. Daryl's my mechanic.
Yeah.
And I said, Daryl, emergency. I gotta get her in there. And so
apparently, as we learned yesterday, this may have changed, but as we learned yesterday, that was only the tip of the iceberg.
right. I thought that was a fairly easy fix. I felt like he'd just do a quick little thing and done.
Cars change.
That's the problem. This is a
They evolve.
It's a generation old.
It is. It's a 1998 Acura 3.2 liter TL. So I got there, and it needed an oil change anyway. So he's like, all right, I'll change the oil, and I'll fix the speedometer. Boom, boom, boom.
You change the oil every
As
other
fast as
day.
it goes in, it comes out.
Right. Well, the problem is the oil drains out. It's leaking from every orifice and cylinder. I mean, you just see it. It's all, the oil leak. I saw him actually as he was changing the car. I was sitting out in the waiting room, but I saw him walk past, and he had like 7 bottles of oil in his hand, trying to shuffle across the floor to get there. So he tells me, I don't have this part for the speedometer. It's a speed sensor, and you need it for a 1998 Acura, but a 99 won't fit it. And I can find the 99, but I can't find the 98. And he looked.
Which wasn't available in 1998 Acura.
That's a Marissa Tomei. That's a Marissa Tomei. That's a good one. That's my cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
So he looked everywhere, and he goes, I don't know what to tell you. You can look and try to find this part, but you have to have it, and your check engine light will stay on until this is fixed.
Now, and you said yesterday at that time that you didn't think it would pass inspection.
Right.
I can't verify this. I only got it from one emailer, but he swears that his car has passed inspection with the check engine light on more than once. I'd be surprised.
Oh, I tried it once years ago, and it didn't pass with the check engine light.
I remember
There's
that.
another issue.
Now, I've also been told a few times that you don't have to have one if your car is more than 20 years old. Emissions
I've heard that too.
test. You just have to have the safety part now. Like, you got to make sure the seatbelt buckles,
Yeah,
the,
we've given
the
up
blinkers
on
work.
pollution.
Yeah.
on the oldest of cars,
Yes.
But
the ones that run on coal.
don't you
That's
think?
just the safety part of things.
But doesn't the speedometer fall under safety?
I would believe
You
it
would
would,
think.
yes.
But see, they never drive the car. They don't know that the speedometer's broke. I guess they could tell maybe, but
Maybe.
they don't get in it.
That's true. They only
driving
move
around.
it 10 feet usually.
yeah. And I don't know if that check engine light falls under the safety part, too, that's part of it being
I don't
safe.
think so. I feel like I might be able to trust this emailer that the check engine light is not a deal breaker on this thing. But the point is, he says not only
Then he
this,
hits you right between the eyes.
right? He's like, you're gonna have to fix this. That's that's not bad. It's $100, including the labor. He's like, it's $50 for the part. It'll take me 30 minutes, and that's it. But then he said, you're probably going to need a new starter, which will, that's another couple of hundred. And he's like, and you're wearing thin on tires. You can get through another few months, but you're going to have to get new tires, and that's going to run you $600. So
Now you're looking close to $1,000.
now we're talking about $1,000 for a vehicle that is only worth what, Dave?
Last blue book on that, they didn't have blue books.
Right. It's not
$250?
It's not in your blue book.
$3? $5?
When I fill her up with gas, it doubles the value of the car.
All right, $540.
Okay, that's where we are. So yesterday, so many good people listening to this program. I mean, they emailed me and said, try this website, try that, try
I
that.
love a challenge.
They do. And several people, I couldn't thank them enough, for coming through. And somebody said, why don't you call down to Beaver's Garage?
Beaver.
I thought it was a joke. I thought this is somebody trying to get me.
Ha ha ha.
Right. They said, call over at Beaver's Garage. They specialize in Acuras and Hondas. I said, okay. So I dial the number for Beaver's Garage, and a guy picks up and said, Beaver's? And I said, okay, all right. You got me. You got me. Fine, that's it. But I talked to him, and I said, do you have this part? And he goes, I got it right here, $50, and I'll ship it to you for an extra $15. And I said, okay. Now, and I had a picture of it from Daryl. I said, are we absolutely sure? I sent him, he just texted me the picture. I'll make sure. He wrote me back an hour later, said, that's it. If you want it, call me. So I called him. So Beavers is sending me the part. So I've got so I thought I'll invest $50 in this, and just see, at least we can fix this part of it. And then I called Daryl, and Daryl's like, well, okay, but you want to put a starter on at the same time. So when the part comes in, and I said, I do. And he said, are you going to get tires in 3 or 4 months? And I said, I am.
It lives.
I'm not ready to let this vehicle go. Now, am I spending $1,000 on a $300 vehicle? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I am. And my wife's not going to be happy with that. I've made this decision on my own. I'm the one that's done
Didn't
this.
come up over dinner, huh?
It did not.
It's my birthday money. It's my birthday money. You said I could do what I want with it.
I'm doing that. I just am not ready to let it go. I just won't let it leave.
What about somewhere to sit? Because have you seen your seat?
I've seen the seat. There's no
Have you
fixing
seen
it.
his seat, Chris?
No, I haven't.
You can't fix that.
Look at his seat here.
Dave, I don't like how you take pictures of my things. I don't like that. You take pictures. We're supposed to be friends.
That's invasive.
That is invasive. Look at that. Look at the invasiveness on this. Look at that.
Let's.
He's,
my God.
I knew. Oh,
Have you
nosy-
seen
oh,
your seat?
nosy. Yeah, I know what the seat looks like.
Well, I mean, you're the wrong sides to it
I
when you
know
look
what
at it.
your
Your family in there?
I know what it looks like. No,
You're going to make your son drive that.
my son drives that from time to time. Now, he won't now because the speedometer's broken, so he's not allowed in it right now. But yes, the problem with the seat is this, Dave.
It's gone.
I reject that. It is partially gone. There is
On the sides.
On the sides. You know what happened there? About 6 years ago.
Raccoons.
Ironically, beavers.
Keep your wheels a spinning and your beavers grinning.
It was about 6 years ago. Something happened with the seat. I couldn't move it.
You couldn't go forward or backward, right?
No, I'm sorry. The bottom of the seat was worn through so much that the springs were poking into my
Hinder?
BH.
Yeah.
I mean, they were really hurting me, especially if I was in the car more than a half hour. It's like, oh, man, this is terrible, And so we had a P1.
You had that man come fix it. You didn't know.
He said, I can fix it. So he came to fix the seat. I can take
With
the seat
a brand new, an old car,
Yeah.
replacement car seat that he'd gotten from a junkyard.
out. A nice seat, though. I mean, a nice seat for an Acura. So he came out, and while we were on the air, he said, I'm going to fix this thing for you. And I said, well, please, thank you. And so when he was done,
Do you offer him a cold drink or $1 or nothing?
I paid for the seat and offered him more. And he's like, it'd be my pleasure to do it for you. I offered him to pay for the seat and tip and lunch. And he, when he was done, said, I couldn't fix it. And his knuckles were bleeding. Remember that? He came to the back door.
Skin hanging off his hands.
He couldn't get he couldn't get the old one out, or could, but
The
couldn't-
bolts.
He got the old one out, and then he couldn't get the new one in. And when he put the old one back in, 2 bolts were left off. He's like, I couldn't.
I got extras.
Right. He couldn't put them back in. And he's like, I wouldn't drive this thing.
And ever since then, the seat won't move forward or back.
Or backwards. But I went to Daryl, my mechanic. I said, and I kept the seat. I put the
You paid
literal
for it.
seat in the back of the vehicle. So now I have a driver's seat in the back seat of the car. And I took it to Daryl, and he said, I can put in the part you sit on, but the back has to stay the original. And he said, plus I have to cut all the cables for like your heated seat. You'll never have another heated seat. Otherwise, you'll be electrocuted. So I agreed.
Why wouldn't you want to keep this car?
I agreed. And he fixed, so the bottom where I sit is much more cushioned and is nice, but the back now,
Yeah.
it's peeling away. It's not good.
Oh yeah, I'm putting this right on our social media
Think about
right
that.
now.
It's not good. Okay, the back of it's not good. And old nosy Nelly Dave comes through and takes a picture. I knew it. I knew somebody was going to wind up doing it. It's falling apart. That is, I'm having a problem.
That's appalling.
I'm going to have to put like some sort of covering over that or something.
Biggie's going to go get his.
Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. Or Yosemite
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah. You could.
We'll do one of those.
Maybe a Tweety bird.
Something like that.
Biggie's going to go get his MRI, and your car's going to be in line in front of it to get checked before he does it.
I'm just,
Might end up at the same place.
I'm not ready to let her go.
Beavers.
And I'm just not ready to.
He's just that cheap.
So, with thanks to Beavers and Daryl, we are at least a half step closer to hopefully fixing this vehicle. And I am going to spend the money.
But it's not
to keep the
done.
car. Oh, no, it's not even started.
I know, but before the end of the year, those three things will be fixed. Tire, speedometer
Yes.
will all be taken care of.
Yes.
Starter.
Yes.
What's next?
Well, I don't know, but I have had pretty good luck.
Transmission?
I've never had really any problem. I mean, starting the car has never really been a problem, except for like once or twice, and they were easy fixes, you know. So I'm still, she's been so good to me. I can't let her go. Now, my wife won't agree with this, and I haven't spoken with my wife about this, but I've made the decision to spend the money to keep the car. And hopefully all those things will be fixed. We'll wait and see.
You know, I can't remember if I told you guys this before, but you know, back when I was in my early 20s, mid-20s, my friend West Coast Bob and I, we'd always had this dream of driving to California. We grew up in the East Coast, and our dream was to go to California.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we did. When we were both 24, we took 6 weeks. We left our jobs, which weren't much to speak of, and we drove from Virginia up to New York, jumped in the Atlantic Ocean at Breezy Point, then drove all the way out to San Francisco, down to Los Angeles, jumped in the ocean at Venice Beach, and all the way across the southern part of the country, jumped in the Gulf of Mexico.
That's pretty cool.
And drove back home.
Yeah.
Well, when we were in California, Bob had gotten a new VW Golf. Sporty car, great little car.
Yeah.
And he would put, obviously, 3,500 miles on his car, on a brand new car. So he, in a garage, in a driveway in La Cañada, California, suburb of Pasadena, he opened the hood one day and unhooked the speedometer to keep the miles off of his car.
That's right.
So the whole way back, we had to rely on the RPMs.
That's right. It can be done, is what I'm saying.
Riding real dirty.
It can be done.
Yeah.
I'm riding dirty right now. That, as my son, that whip is dirty. He has said that a few times, and he won't get in it anymore. But once I get that speedometer fixed now, we get
So the
back.
odometer doesn't work if the speedometer doesn't work.
Correct. So this baby's going to go back low mileage. I'm not going to have a
It's
problem.
increasing in value, Dave.
It is. It just,
You've already cheated the odometer once.
one time. Just
You've
for
cheated
about,
the hangman twice.
yeah, for about 2 weeks, the odometer did not roll up the mileage, and then it just started again.
And
out
you
of the
tapped
blue.
on it.
Yeah, and it just started again out of the blue.
I think we should get a GoFundMe going for your son to get a car.
I'm not going to do that.
I mean, look at this poor boy's options.
At least get him a seat cover.
Your car or the shaggin' wagon.
That's right, baby.
Milfmobile 2.0.
Yeah. We got to get this. We got to get this kid something.
We're going tits out, as the lady in Maine did.
He's going to tell his date, I got a bathroom in the back.
I'll tell you, that's a fine
I've
vehicle.
peed in this van.
Both of the. He's peed in both those vehicles.
Eat, sleep, and
As a
peed.
child, that's right.